Graduates of Widener Delaware Law School are practice-ready and eager to accomplish their career goals. Delaware Law equips aspiring lawyers like you with strong academics that emphasize experiential learning through clinics and externships. Earn your full or part-time JD on your schedule while gaining comprehensive legal skills in America's corporate capital. Learn about a law school that is focused on you and your career goals by going to delawarelaw.widener.edu/JD.
What is up, guys? I'm Dusty Grant, the host of the DG and Friends podcast. I'm excited to take this ride with you as I get to know interesting folks from all walks of life and pick their brains about their journey. I'd like to sincerely thank you for tuning in. DG and Friends starts now. What is up, everybody? Dusty Grant here, DG and Friends, episode number 11. I have a super special, fantastic, awesome guest tonight, Mr. Randall Conrad Olinger. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just been on the grind here. It's been a long week. Work has been one of those weeks where work is like every you're like it has to be lunchtime right now. And it's, and then you look at the clock and you've been there for like 10 minutes and you're like, oh God, it's going to be one of those days. Every day of this week so far has been that way for me. And then last night I had a fucking nightmare that shook me to the core. And I haven't slept much because it just scared the shit out of me. I was in a car accident. So I'm not going to say who because I don't want to put it out in the atmosphere because I'm weirdly superstitious or something. But I was in a car wreck. I was not driving, but the car went off the road and we ended up in the water. And like what I remember is like the car went off the bridge or whatever, and we were in the water and like being submerged. And I was trying to get to my seatbelt, but the car was filling up and I couldn't get the door open. And thinking I'm going to die. And then I woke up.
Dude, I have this reoccurring dream where I'm like driving up this endless like road. It just incline. It just goes and goes and goes. And like it just gets higher and higher. And you see like the ground start getting smaller. And it's the most terrifying thing. Like once or twice a year, I have that. And it's like one of the scariest goddamn like experiences you can have, dude. It's like,
I don't get like, and they say a lot of like what's going on in your daily life and everything that's happening to you will control the types of dreams that you have. But I'm honestly, this is like a robot reunion. What is this guy saying? Is this guy in here? Are your people already in here talking trash, Randall?
Gordophonic.
What is up, man?
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel like angsty or anything when I went to bed last night. I felt like it was just another night. And holy shit balls. It's probably the worst nightmare I've ever had in my life. Like I seriously feel like maybe I had an out-of-body experience where I might have felt like what it's actually going to feel like when you know you're going to die.
Heck yeah, man. Made you think about that shit.
Yeah. I mean, normally people have to do like ayahuasca to have those types of experiences, but last night it was nothing for me. I think I had one old fashioned and went to bed. It was terrible. So yeah, I've been tired as hell, man, but everything's been good. What have you been working on, man? Like, what's up? I know you got some new music out. How you been keeping yourself busy these days?
My wife.
It's totally okay. It's totally okay. My producer's cool with it.
He's okay with that.
He's kind of a dick, but he's cool with it. It's all right.
Oh man, we've been staying pretty busy for sure. Scotch goes well. I wish I had some scotch.
We should have had scotch. We both should have worn like robes and smoking and have a pipe.
Like sophisticated gentlemen.
Yeah. I'd be like, hello, Randy. How's you doing?
What's been keeping you busy?
How do you spend your time? How do you play your trade these days, Randall? But yeah, have you been working on a lot of music, or what's been the focus?
Oh yeah, man. I just jumped into learning how to record, and it's been doing that, been cranking away at songs, get one going, try and finish it. And it just released like 4 or 5 singles. And that's just kind of my process. Make a video for it, put it out, work on the website.
So is everything that you put out, this most recent batch of stuff that you recorded yourself?
Yeah.
And mixed it, mastered it, did all that yourself?
I mixed it. I had some help mixing and mastering with from Matt, guy that I recorded with on the last effort.
Okay.
I always like just throw him stuff, and he's like my quality control.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure we all have those.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those guys. Yeah, the guy that records me, I don't have the courage yet. I commend you for that, because I don't have the courage to attempt to like record a release for myself, because my recording skills are so shitty, and I get so frustrated with it so quickly that my learning curve is very slow, because I cannot work on it for long periods of time. Like I'll be like, all I want to do is sit down and record this guitar part. I don't want to have to click 15 fucking things off and check the compressor and check the levels and do all this shit. And
it's an art form, man. Like I definitely have a better appreciation for, being at the helm.
Yeah.
During the recording process.
Do you find that it limited your creativity at all? Did you feel like the creative part of it was harder because you were pushing buttons this time?
It was weird, man. I mean, like the first thing that I did was my buddy Adam, who's an independent actor and filmmaker. He hit me up to do some stuff for him for one of his films.
I remember.
I was like, this is like the perfect time for me to learn this stuff. So, I mean, I spent probably 30 hours on one song, trying to learn and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was like this right time, kind of timing for all of it to take place,
And that, I think that experience is invaluable. I've been putting together videos and stuff for a new release of mine, and I'm having to start to like weigh the opportunity costs of. I've learned how to do a lot of stuff. I mean, recording is is like the final frontier for me. For me to actually be able to sit down and record myself and be happy with it, like I don't know. I don't have the skills yet for me to do that at all. But I've learned a lot of graphic design and a lot of different stuff. And like I feel like if you're going to be an independent artist these days, you better wear a lot of hats, because the only way you're going to connect with people is to pump out the fucking content and keep it and try to keep engaged with your people. It seems like, I mean, I've learned how to do this. I could have never produced a podcast myself 9 months ago, but here we sit. So
that's what's so cool to see, man, is like I see how everybody has evolved through all of it. Like you're doing podcasts. I've been on a few podcasts. It's like all of those things to keep relevant and creative things going. It's awesome.
Well, you're a fucking artist, and with that, I did a podcast with a guy from France on Saturday, and he was saying like, without an audience, the artist is useless or whatever. And I don't know what the exact quote is, because I'm a big dumb animal. But I fully agree with that. You never quite test yourself like you do in front of a live audience. But I feel like this has given me a way to stay connected and to still be live in front of people, but it's not nearly as nerve-wracking as walking out on stage for a show. You know what I mean? You just can't replicate that. I've been talking about that a lot on probably every podcast, but I think everybody misses live music, and when you have musicians together talking, it always tends to gravitate towards that. So
Yeah.
if the people that have already listened to that have heard me say that before, tough shit, it's my show.
You're watching.
Yeah, that is the cool thing about this is it's just your deal, how you want to do it, and you have the people on that you want to talk to, and it's been a good way to catch up with old friends, and it's been a good way to make new friends. And that's kind of why I love playing music, to go out and meet new people and see strange places and test myself and push myself. And I feel like I'm getting a little dose of that by doing this, but it's nowhere near, it's nowhere near if we'd have got together this year and fucking played a Colorado tour like we had planned.
Yeah, that's a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to that.
I was too. I really feel like, though, for me, man, it's personally been like a year of growth. I've figured out some things, and like some stuff got taken away from me, through an injury and things like that. So I had to force myself to find things that were constructive for me to do, aside from sit around and play PlayStation 4 and, drink beer.
How'd you hurt your neck, dude?
I did it grappling, I think. They're saying that it's probably just cumulative damage, over the course of time. Playing ball and grappling and all the shit that I've done to my body over, since I was a kid. Basically, they basically just, it's going to happen. I mean, if you continuously do the things you're doing, you have people fucking grabbing your head and pulling on your head and all that. They're like, it's going to happen. So I'm here with that. I don't have a timeline for when things are going to get better, because it's like, it almost feels to me like neck and back problems are like electrical problems. They're really hard to isolate and actually figure out what the problem is. So I think the next step's probably an MRI, but I don't really need to get an MRI to tell me what I already know. So I'm podcasting my little heart out. It's forced me to test some new skills, and I think we've all been like, dude, you're acting, right? I've seen you in, like, you've been doing you did music for short film, and then in the last video that you put out, you were in that video as well, like acting. Yeah. That was the only,
aside from like, that was the only like acting that I did, and that was fun.
Was it your first time doing that?
No, I've done some stuff like that before.
Okay.
But it was the first time in a long time. And it was a fun experience because I didn't have any script, I don't know if this like project will ever see the light of day, because sort of recently found out that permission to shoot film at the place that we did that video.
Oh,
like when I posted the music video for that, they were like, you need to take that down. And I was under the assumption that we had permission and stuff. So I don't know if that film will ever see the light of day, but it was a fun project, dude. It was cool.
Well, what were they upset about? I mean, was it just the content of the video itself, or they just were hard asses about giving people permission?
So it's this place here in Texas. It's called the gas station. It was the actual gas station that was used in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. I knew that.
Yeah. So they were, they're like, you can take pictures and, with you and your family, videos with you and your family, but like anything that like promotes anything is not okay with us, and stated that had been their privacy since forever. That'd been their policy since forever. And I was like, okay, I'll take it down.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
You should make a post about that, or a blog about that, about like, I'm such a badass that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station won't even let me film shit there. You know what I mean? You got to spin it and make it work for you.
Yeah, that never works for me, dude. Just end up looking like a dumbass and not a badass, like that's how I felt about it. I was like, man, that's what I get for assuming, I guess,
Yeah. And those things are funny too, because until you're doing them, you really don't know. Like I remember I had problems with live streams. It was when Sprout and I were doing our show. We had Saul on, and they had just put out a big single, and they were fucking at the time doing really well with a single. So we tried to play a portion of their new single in video, while we were live streaming, and we got muted and blocked, and that episode got taken down. And it was like, they did not fuck around with that at all. And it's like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Lesson learned.
That's it, dude.
Just keep throwing shit at the wall and try to find out what sticks. I feel like that's all I've been doing this year. Like, just chumming, seeing what I can figure out. That's all you
can do, man.
Yeah.
As long as you continue to throw shit. It's just like, when you run out of shit to throw, that's when you start to worry,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think my shoulders will probably go bad before I run out of shit to throw. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I have just the stupidest ideas or the stupidest thoughts or some of the stupid things that I can remember, but I can't remember like anything important. I can remember, I can remember lines from, Point Break or whatever, like,
oh yeah, man,
like automatically. And it's like, when's our anniversary? It's like, and I've even like, I've been completely upfront about it with my wife. I'm like, I'm just telling you, I'm an idiot. I'm a huge idiot. And like, please don't take it personally if I forget stuff, because
I'm gonna miss some birthdays.
Like, disclaimer, I'm a complete idiot.
Yeah,
but I have a lot of weird stuff going. So I don't think I'll ever stop throwing shit. Like,
that's good.
Are you at a place where you're pretty much happy, or are you wanting to like get out on the road again, or how are you feeling about that stuff?
I mean, I miss playing live, It was like torn pretty heavily for a while there. But I definitely welcomed the break from the road, So it's one of those things, man. I'm kind of enjoying the change up a little bit, focusing on learning to record and putting different things under different lenses and,
Yeah.
Because it was, I don't know, I always felt sort of like necessary to like record an album or whatever and then tour on it and then come back and do the same thing over and over. And like, this was a strange curveball,
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. It's nice, dude,
And I've like, I'm home more. I guess I didn't, when my boys were young, were the first couple years that I actually started hitting the road. And that was, when I went solo was like really the first time that I aggressively tried to hit the road. And a lot of that was based on like watching watching guys like you. I'd seen once I finally got on that bill with you here in Wichita and started following, I'm like, dude, independent guys can fucking do this. You have to figure out a way to make it happen, but guys can do it. And like, that's always been experience that I wanted. And I was always in bands and stuff, but we never hit the road like I did. I, as a guy that works a full-time job and has 4 kids, I mean, for me to play 40 shows a year is about all I can get in unless someone starts paying me.
Right.
And I'm not fucking naive about that either. I don't think somebody's gonna send me a private jet and fly me out to talk to somebody at a fucking record label or anything. I'm not delusional at all, but I'd got that experience. And now I'm home, but I'm appreciating, like, I guess I'm getting super tight with my kids and stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm home most of the time, and so that stuff's valuable to me. But I am chomping at the bit to get out. I'm not. I don't know. I guess I'm just not feeling like it's that time yet. Shit needs to get better. I don't know.
Yeah, the world's weird right now, man. I can't imagine being on the road and. It just seems like strange to me.
Have you seen anybody? I've seen people doing it and kind of trying to dance between raindrops and book shows here and there and do it, but I haven't seen anybody make an attempt to like put an extended run together. The most thing that I've seen like 4 or 5 shows has been the most I've seen anyone try to do.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody try anything crazy.
And then you've got the thing where it's like, as a musician, you have to worry about blowback. You know, if you get out there and you start heavily promoting a show, there's a chance that some keyboard warrior is going to come after you and scrutinize you because you're a murderer for trying to get people to gather. And I've seen it firsthand. You know, people
I remember.
I think I sent you a message that day. I'm like, dude, someone called me a murderer for playing a concert at a bar. I'm like, and back then, I guess I didn't. Back then, we didn't know the severity of anything either. I mean, that was in February or March or January. It was early in the year.
Yeah.
So we didn't really know how fucked up everything was actually was going to get. And I was like, whoa, murderer? Jesus. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, I know that I've done some stuff I'm not proud of, but I'm not a fucking murderer. Jesus.
Yeah, dude, it's best to just stay in your shell right now.
Just nestle in.
Yeah.
It's sad that we have to say that, but it seems that way. I mean, about the only thing that we've done at all is we go out to dinner every once in a while. You know what I mean? And everywhere you go, it's distance and safe and all that. But even then, we don't do it nearly as much as we used to.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't think anybody is, man.
My wife has been cooking and like just hooking it up.
Nice,
you know?
dude.
And I'm like, and she's working on all these new recipes and all this shit. I'm like, I fully support this. You know, because I've been eating like a king. It's fine with me. And we've got some people commenting. That's Elaine. She says, as a fan, not ready to go indoors yet. It's fully understandable.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I think at some point everybody has to accept that we got a fucking problem here.
Yeah.
I haven't let it completely like stop my life, but I've definitely changed the way I do things. I've definitely changed the way I look at things in the grand scheme. You know, with putting shows together, with all that type of stuff, because it's a very polarizing topic right now. There's a lot of people that are thinking, you know, the people that are trying to put on shows are fucking murderers, but they're not thinking about the perspective of that person whose livelihood is keeping that place open.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot to think about, you know. It's got to be done. Yeah, it sucks for sure. Everything's got to be done right. You know what I mean? Like there are live shows here in Texas and I can see, you know, outdoors, spaced, masked, all that thing, like all those elements, you know, if those are in place, I think that those are okay. You see pictures and stuff where like there's like hordes of people and stuff. Like I couldn't get behind something like that. You know, if that's what they want to do, like I'm just not going to do that, you know, like can't, you know, won't justify it. Like I want to play live as much as anybody, but like it's just not the right time. And like we can wait.
It's for me. It's been weird for me because I'm an essential worker. So I've gone and I haven't missed a day. I've actually probably worked more and harder during this time because I'm in a food supply chain, you know?
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like, I'm going every single day and I'm around people every single day, working in a place with people every single day, passing paper, you know, moving them, you know, just all kinds of different things. And I mean, you can do it. Everybody's wearing masks, everybody's washing hands, everybody's taking precautions. But at the same time, to me, from what I understand, once it gets in somewhere, it's in somewhere, and there's really not a lot you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to do your best to keep your life as airtight as you can, you know, for the
and
time
that's
being.
what I did. But then it seemed weird to me to be like, why shouldn't I go out and grab a burger? I was just forced to, you know, I just went to work for 11 hours surrounded by people all day long. And like, now I want to go get a cheeseburger and I can't. Like you're telling me I can't go. So I had a little bit of a struggle with that just because I was up and around working. And quite honestly, I'm grateful that I was working. You know, I know a lot of I had a lot of people that were just worried. You know, a lot of people that were, I don't know, man. It's just been a very weird time. It's been a very weird time. Let's pivot.
No doubt, dude.
Someone actually asked. I don't like to do, I don't like to do COVID talk on here because I think you get enough of that shit everywhere else you go. And like one of the things, sometimes I'll talk to people and be like, not really wanting to go into politics if we can avoid it. But if you want to talk, I mean, I don't want to steer anyone from talking about anything, but we can move on.
Did Bodie actually die? Hell yeah, he died.
There's no way he made it out of there. Where he's going. He's not coming back. He definitely died.
Yeah.
Have you watched it lately?
Oh, dude, I watch it all the time, man. Point Break is like, we agree, one of the greatest movies of my childhood, I think. What was that question?
She's just saying they'll back us when we're ready to go out and play again.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
We will appreciate that.
Thanks, Elaine.
We will appreciate that.
Busey is God. No doubt about that.
I heard him on a podcast or it was a radio show or something, and they knew, they were like, we've got Gary Busey tomorrow, and they were like, holy fucking shit, what's this gonna be like? And it was Gary Busey now, and he was completely off his rocker.
Was he really, dude?
Completely off his rocker. And he has all these, what are they called? Acronyms. That's the letters that represent, And he has all these weird Gary Buseyisms. Have you heard any of those?
No, dude.
Oh my God. Hold on a second.
Yes.
Gary Buseyisms. I want to know in the comments, has anybody out there heard Gary Buseyisms, or are all the people tonight going to be enlightened? No one's acting. No one's acting.
No, they're like, no.
Basic and the Gary Buseyisms Bible, and it's the Bible is basic instructions before leaving Earth.
I gotta put this in my phone for later.
and he has nuts. Never underestimate your spirit. Fart. There's one for fart. There it is. Feeling a rectal transmission.
Where did you see this at?
I heard him on a podcast, and this is his new thing. He's not acting anymore. He has his autographed Buseyisms, and let me see if I'm not. We're starting to get the peanut gallery's starting to get going here. If I was smart enough, I would share the screen, but maybe Derek's backstage watching. Maybe he can help me. No, oh God, this thing's coming off the rails. Have you seen the new one?
No, dude, I can't.
No?
I saw like the trailer
Sacrilege.
And I was like, I'm not gonna do that to myself, dude. Like, was there any surfing in the new Point Break?
I thought it was like snowboarding.
Oh, snowboarding, right?
Yeah, and there was like a bunch of French guys and handsome guys and stuff in it, and I'm like, pass.
Yeah,
fucking pass on this.
It looked like Mission Impossible or something to me. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
No, you're ruined. I mean, why can't you just leave him alone?
Just let it die, man.
Yeah, just let it die. Are you talking about Gary Busey, Matt?
Celebrity Fit Club. Gary Busey was on that.
I mean, that dude's been on a lot of stuff, and apparently a lot of drugs. And what happened to him? Was it drugs that made him kind of go wacky, or is he just?
It had to have been, dude.
Because if he's just a wild and crazy guy, I support that fully. I like people that just go off on another planet. I'm like, you fucking do you, buddy.
Graduates of Widener Delaware Law School are practice ready and eager to accomplish their career goals. Delaware Law equips aspiring lawyers like you with strong academics that emphasize experiential learning through clinics and externships. Earn your full or part-time JD on your schedule while gaining comprehensive legal skills in America's corporate capital. Learn about a law school that is focused on you and your career goals by going to delawarelaw.widener.edu/JD.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Even with drugs, dude, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm entertained. I'm entertained. I don't know about that celebrity fit club stuff, man. Like, do you think that it would be any way? How desperate are you when you're in a position like you've been a huge celebrity? Because a lot of people that are on those shows are like, they are huge celebrities, but then they have like this fall from grace where they just go off the fucking rails. Like, are you just that desperate at that point? Like, to where you would rather go on that show than like get a job as a greeter at Walmart or something like that? I mean, do they make enough money on those shows to be humiliated like that?
I don't know, dude. Like, that's a hard line to ride. I think I would almost rather be on the celebrity fitness show, washed up, than work at Walmart.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. I would just go on there and make a complete fool of myself. Like they used to. Do you remember The Real World? Did you ever watch The Real World on TV?
That was like reality TV that was like
the beginning,
introduction, right? Yeah.
I used to think that it would be fun to go on that show. And now I think about it, I'm like, I cannot think of anything I would hate more than going on The Real World. I would fucking kill everybody in the house, and they'd be like, it'd be like season over, Dusty's in prison, snapped, completely unglued, and everybody's just cussing and slapping each other around and getting hammered every single night. I mean,
that was the death of MTV, man.
Was it the reality TV that killed MTV? I don't know.
I mean, I think that was like the beginning of the end. Like I remember as a kid, I was like, what is this? What's happening here? And then it just, it just went like this for a while.
Is it because our attention, do you think it's because our attention spans are just that much shorter, or like as time goes by? What do you like? I think about that. How did MTV, because MTV was so fucking popular. Do you remember that? Like if you were on TRL or whatever it was, you were like the big shit in the world, like Britney Spears and all that stuff. That was all during the MTV time. So how did that transition away? Like, why did that model stop working?
I don't know, dude. Just the evolution of entertainment. You know what I mean? It's like now we're going through where instead of movies being the ultimate thing, there's a series of a story that's drawn out, for seasons and stuff like that. It's just like, I just chalk it up to the evolution of entertainment,
I learned so much about music, and I found so many artists like watching Headbangers Ball and Yo MTV Raps and all of those.
Oh
things.
Yeah. That was the best, man.
That was my source. Like when Headbangers Ball was coming on, you were like, fuck yeah. Like,
this is what we, it's what we did. Stayed up and watched that, dude.
Like, so now are there like, what is where's the YouTube Headbangers Ball? You know what I mean? If I want to go find out about new metal bands and watch a show, and like having guys come on and they would interview the artists, and then they would give background information on the artist before they played videos and all those types of things. I think that type of things really, I think that type of thing really like connected the artist with the listener. You know, the having to pick up the physical copy and take it out of the package and look at the packaging and feel it in your hands and put the CD in the CD player and hearing that single from your favorite band on the radio, but there was nowhere else where you could hear their album. You know what I mean? Nowhere else where you could hear any of the other songs. Now the album comes out, you hear every song on the fucking album, you move on with your day, and that's it. You know, you probably don't take time to read the bio. You know, artists used to do things like those thank you notes. I used to love reading the thank yous, you know, who the producers were, who the people in there. I mean, I loved that kind of stuff, and it connected me with music in such a deep way. And it's like now we're using social media to do that, but it's become so fucking crowded, and it's become so like just noisy and impossible to reach. I can't even reach my following. You know what I mean? Like I have to pay to do it, or, you know, and you work your ass off. You know, you probably more than me. You've been doing it a longer time than me. You've played a lot more shows on the road than me. Like you built your fucking following the hard way, one by one, with miles. When you post something, they should be able to see it. I think. You know, I understand that it's a business, but I mean, they sell enough fucking ads, no?
Oh, for sure, dude. I mean, at this point, I've just sort of, I hate to say given up on that approach, you know, but I would just like, that was the whole point of me building my own website, is I can just like record my own songs, put them up there, you know, and just deal with trying to direct people from social media to that, which is like an obvious approach, you know, but I've stopped giving a shit about growing this number. You know what I mean? Which is, I'm not trying to take away from the importance of that. You know what I mean? As a business, like you got to think about that kind of shit. But like, I just got to the point where I was like, this is focusing on the wrong details for me. You know what I'm saying? Like likes and followers and stuff like that. I was like, I'm just going to record music, and like, I don't give a shit about iTunes or Spotify, you know, like if my music ends up there, cool, which it will, but like, I'm going to record music that I like and put it there. And the people that are cool with me or whatever want to support me, they can get it there. And because I hear you, dude, it's frustrating. You like, well, you grow this number and then you like put stuff out for that number and like it doesn't reach them. And then it's just like you said, noisy and cluttered. And I'm just tired of focusing on that shit, dude. You know,
I'm weird. I guess I'm weird. I'm wired funny or something like that, because to me, it always just feels like I'm a challenge. I'm like, I'm going to figure out a way to crack the fucking code. Like I'm going to tirelessly work to solve this fucking shit. And I'm going to get my, you know, and like, I guess.
And you do good at that, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's your view in how you attack it, you know?
Yeah. And like, I think there's definitely more than one way to skin a cat, depending on the artist, depending on the music, depending what the artist's focus is and what their goals are in their personal lives, and what they can afford and what they can have time to do. Like all of our paths are different. And the number thing, I mean, it bothers me too, but it's like, for me, it's kind of that's the game now. If you want to get opportunities, you do have to focus on that stuff. And for some reason, I can't tell you why, because I wish that it was just a thing where I could, I don't know what it is for me, but I have this aspiration to just push it.
Yeah.
not just creatively, but the promotional, because I'm fascinated with it. I'm weird about the analytics and everything, and those things fascinate me. I'm a marketing guy, you know. I have a marketing background. I'm in sales and all that, and it's like it's another thing that I'm interested in. So who's the devil? It's me.
That's Benny Mailman. That's a buddy of mine from Denver. He has a book out, actually, Finding 42.
Finding 42.
I remember.
Thanks for tuning in, dude.
Benny walked into the bar that I worked at. That's how I met him. And he showed me and my buddy Chris his ID. And we're looking at it. And it said Benny Mailman on there. And we're like, is that your real last name? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've always thought about that. I'm like, would I ever have the desire or the heart or patience to write a book? Because I write a song and that's like 1 page. It's like, what are you going to write on the other 700 pages of this book, buddy? You know, like you got to take me on a journey and you got to make me feel and see something. So I have a lot of respect for authors. I don't read nearly as much as I used to just because I don't have time.
Yeah.
Do you read anymore at all?
I try to, dude. I feel bad when I don't, you know?
Yeah. I read a lot of stuff on a screen. I mean,
who doesn't, man?
My
Jesus.
screen time is fucking taking years off my life, I'm sure, because I have been on the screens a lot, and I don't know why, but I like to figure out the numbers thing, and I totally respect the fact, like the way you're planning to deliver your art, because you should do it your way, in a way that makes you happy, and I think every artist should do that, and I think we should all stop fucking being mad at the other guy for trying to do something else. It doesn't make somebody this or that. It's like, that's what they can do and what they want to do. Let them have their path. You can have your path. We can all exist here and still be cool and support each other. Like, you don't need to be a fucking prick about everything. and like we were talking about it on the Sunday sermon, about how it's like this super polarizing thing, where what you actually see out there in the void and in the social media world and all those things, what you're seeing is not the real world. You know, you're seeing the extreme sides of each thing, and they're throwing these headlines at you, and they're putting red flags up all over the fucking screen, and they got a banner going across the bottom like I got on this one. Guys, if you haven't yet, check out Randy's new music at rcoswamp.com. This is an RCO commercial brought to you by DG and Friends podcast. I don't have a sponsor yet. Working on Crocs. What's
up with those Crocs, dude? I saw those. Tell me about those.
Been starting to I've just been starting to appreciate them. I've just been enjoying them around the house. They're a multi-purpose, multifaceted shoe. Comfortable, light. I mean, I can go get the mail with them. I can pull weeds in them.
Yep.
You know, if I just need to run to the gas station, got it.
Oh yeah.
You doing a podcast? Yeah. Going to the lake? Yeah. Whatever you want to do in them, and then I can just spray them off.
Just hose them down, dude.
Bring them inside, and there it goes. And I guess when you have as many kids as I have, and you start to get as bald as I am, you stop worrying about how cool you look, and you're more interested in the utility. And that's why I love Crocs.
I'm with you, dude. I've been wearing the same style of footwear since I was 15, you know? Like, yeah. I find ways to incorporate a Vans slip-on with every outfit, you know? Just, I won't wear any other kind of shoe, dude.
My wife's weird. She's like, dude, you are weird. Like, you don't like to buy clothes at all. Like, I don't like to shop at all. She's like, you don't like to shop for yourself? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't. It's like, are you still wearing that same t-shirt? I'm like, yeah. Every time that shirt is in my closet clean, I'm pulling that one out. It's my first one. And if I wear it and then you do laundry the next day and it's in there clean again, I'm pulling that bitch out again, especially if it's on top. If it's on top of the pile, pull it out, same thing.
You fold and put your shirts in a drawer?
Yeah, they're like, now they're like rolled up. My wife has like this system because I have all black t-shirts, you know, like I have a pile of shirts in my closet and they're all black, but I can never see which ones they are. So she creates like this, because she knows I'm a dummy, and I just go through them and then I find the one I like and just shove them all back into the fucking drawer, and it looks like shit because I'm a slob. And so now she's like, look at this system. You can fold them like this, and then you can see which ones they are, so you can start wearing different ones. I'm like, No, you don't understand. Like, I still have my favorites. I have like 5 go-to black shirts, and that's it. I have no style, dude. Like, it's gone. I'm like, I don't care if this is these are dad jeans. They're comfortable, and I like the utility. It's all about utility when you get to
man, that's okay.
this level. It's a milestone, really.
Comfort can be fashionable, dude. There's nothing wrong with that.
People probably didn't know that they were going to tune in tonight and be talking about comfort and fashion.
I don't think anybody knew what to expect, man.
Derek says his brother wears sweatpants. He gave up. I don't see it that way at all. It's a comfortable pant. You can use it for sport.
Sweatpants are super popular now too, man.
They are. The 90s are coming back.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of fashion, I feel like we're here. We're on fashion. I guess I'm going to keep fucking going with this.
Let's roll with it, dude.
I was in Arizona, and we were sitting I was eating Japanese food with my mom and the boys, and we were sitting there and we were out on a patio. It was like a social distance out. It was like a social distance outside, Japanese restaurant. So we're watching people walk by, and there's a ton of people walking by because it's a big shopping area and it's in Scottsdale. It's real nice, and it was real nice out. But dude, I felt like I was in the 90s straight up. Like everybody's wearing like the mom jeans and like the halter tops, and the dudes are wearing like the 90s like stonewash jeans and crazy shit. I'm like, I feel like I'm in a time machine right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it's like I'm in a big city, and I guess I'm seeing the fashion. I guess I don't see it here in Wichita as much. So I'm seeing it. I'm saying, like, is this a fashion trend?
It hasn't made its way to Wichita yet. It starts out in California. And
my stepdaughter's 15, and she's there, and she's like, "You haven't noticed?"
Yeah.
No, it's like this has been this has been going on for years. This has been going on for years, and I'm like, I have no idea. Just like I have no idea who you listen to on the radio. I don't know any of this stuff. Fucking sheltered. I'm down here in my own little tunnel. Everyone leave me alone with my Crocs.
That's cool, man. It's cool to see the 90s come back around,
That's kind of hurts. That kind of hurts. You know what I mean?
Man.
You're producing a show, you're trying to put content out there for people, and they attack your fashion sense and say it inhibits your ability to get laid. Matt, I'm upset. We're going to talk.
You just got to take them off, dude.
We're going to I'm not taking the Crocs off ever.
No Crocs in the bed, dude. You can't do it.
Why? Look at this.
I don't know. I guess you
look at this. Someone already beat you to the punch, buddy.
All right. I guess you got to wear them to bed, dude.
Yeah. See? Crocs are what I wear when I travel. Here we are. If somebody from Crocs is watching right now, if this huge following of viewers that we have, this fucking massive wave of people that are watching live right now, just tweet at Crocs and tell them that this show needs an official sponsor, and I'd be happy to support the Crocs brand. People think it's a joke though, and I'm like, no, I have them.
You're serious.
I even wear them to the gym. You just slip them on, slip them off, get on the mats, do a little training, get back off the mats, slip them right back on.
Oh yeah.
Then you can go right into the store with them.
Right into the store,
into the liquor store. You take the trash out. You can do anything you want to do. Anything you want to do.
Hell yeah.
And now that we got on,
I like that you can hose them off, dude. That's important. Like,
I have some Vans that I really wish I could hose off.
I do. I hose my Vans off.
You do? They don't stink when they dry out?
Well, you throw them in the washer if you want to,
Yeah.
They're resilient shoes for a minute,
Yeah, I've got the slip-ons are nice. I have some of the tie Vans, and I don't like those so much, but I like the slip-on Van.
You like a convenient shoe, dude.
I do. I can't help it, Randy.
Yeah. Hey,
I love a convenient footwear, and I'm not.
Hey, I just took that off in like half a second.
Look at that.
Look at
retaliation.
Hey, they kind of look the same.
And then you need, like, oh, you're doing something athletic? That's great. Oh, you're just chilling around the house?
Smells a little funny, though.
So what else, dude? What's next for you? What are you planning on working on? What's your master plan?
Dude, you know what, dude? I'm glad you asked. All of this craziness that the world is going through has sort of given us a window to relaunch my old band Workhorse.
Sweet.
And we've been working on a single. It should be done pretty soon. It's in the mixing stages right now, and we've recorded this song over like 3 or 4 different states, and
sending parts around.
Yeah, file sharing and stuff like that. So that is really awesome. Like, I've been wanting that for a long time, to sort of relaunch this band and do some more heavy rock with my homies.
So are you gonna gig with it, or are you just gonna put some tunes out, see what happens, having some fun?
Well, yeah, I think our plan is to, at some point, do a few shows a year, but for the time being, we just want to put some music out. And
where are the guys all located?
San Francisco, Kansas City, and I'm here.
So are
you in Denver?
Are you playing guitar and singing?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Who are you recording with? Are you guys all just recording your own parts and then sending it off to be mixed by a friend or something like that?
Yeah, so it's all, like, I did some stuff with Matt. He's the guy that I recorded my solo stuff with. He's the bass player for Workhorse. So
okay.
On the last tour before the pandemic, I recorded the vocals for this song, and then, bouncing guitar and bass tracks back and forth. And then we did the drums in Denver.
All right. So your buddy, the mailman, is asking, how did you start singing?
I mean, I don't know. That's a long story.
We got a little bit of time here, bro. Go ahead. This is a fucking podcast. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got out of the military ready to start a band, and I didn't think I would be a singer. I just wanted to write riffs, play guitar, and do that kind of thing, And we, I entertained the idea of auditioning singers and stuff like that. And the drummer for Workhorse at the time was like, "You're just going to have to do this, like, you just give it a shot." And I did, and, started screaming. And then,
mostly screaming.
I mean, it was like, I think, a good blend of, like how Clutch and Pantera would, like, do that kind of style vocals. I can't imagine really doing that same style now. The new Workhorse single isn't like that by any means, so it's going to be interesting to see.
What's it like? I mean, I don't want to be the guy that's going to ask you what to compare it to, but it's heavy, right? It's like, it's metal, hard rock stuff, or?
Yeah. I mean, it's heavy rock. It's proggy. It's kind of stony, psychedelic a little bit. And
I can dig that.
Yeah. It just didn't feel right doing, the old Workhorse style vocals,
Yeah. So you used to scream? Did you used to scream a lot?
Yeah, it was a definitely more aggressive style of vocals. And then, after Workhorse, we started this band Nautilus, where I wanted to actually start singing instead of, yelling and all of that, which is fine, but I always felt like I might be able to sing too. So
did you know how to scream when you were screaming, or were you just screaming and just going for it?
I mean, I think I kind of knew that I could do that just by like hearing myself sing over like my favorite bands and shit. I was like, I think I can do this, but I never had any actual.
Did it blow your voice out when you did it though? Did it fucking kill you?
No, man. Oddly enough, I've never really had any issues with that, aside from the last tour, which I was like extremely sick on the very last day of tour before the pandemic. I like completely lost my voice. but I don't know, screaming and that kind of thing never really did much to it.
No, I used to scream a lot. Like I used to be in like a metalcore band where I did a lot of screaming, and I never had the voice problems that a lot of people have, but I was a nerd about it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do some exercises and all this type of stuff just so I wanted to, because I wanted to learn how to do it and I wanted to be like brutal. But I think if I had to do that now, it would probably just make me tired.
Yeah. It's weird, man. You know, like we're putting new music out, and I don't know, like if there will be a point in time where like a particular track will inspire me to tap back into that. But
yeah,
this one that we're putting out now is like, doesn't call for it, isn't necessary. So I'm not too worried about it. You know, like the idea for Workhorse now moving forward is just for the band to be a vehicle for us to put out rock and roll, whether it becomes some 10-minute stoner jam or some 2.5-minute rock and roll jam, you know?
So there's no like preconceived, like, hey, we want to make fucking prog or we want to make metal. Like you don't have any.
No, it just got to be rock and roll, man. You know,
awesome.
That's the one thing that we're all agreeing on.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. So now I can see you better. I think can you hear me okay, Randy?
Oh yeah.
You can? Okay. You were cutting out a little bit there for a second, and I heard some parts of some stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you again.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're almost at an hour anyway. We're about 4 minutes away. So I think this is a good spot to end the show. Why don't you tell everybody how to connect with you, how to check out your new music?
Right on, man. Yeah. Just go to rcoswamp.com. Got like a playlist of all the bands I've been in and different projects and stuff like that. And then I got all my new music that I recorded this year is available for download.
Is that the only place that people can check out the new stuff is your website? For
now, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of like my approach is to put it out there. And thanks, Elaine.
Yeah, thank you guys for all tuning in. Anybody that's new to the show, I sincerely appreciate you guys tuning in.
I got a shout out to my daughter real quick because she asked. So
okay, do it.
Elliot Junebug, shout out. I love you. There you have it, girl.
She's going to be on Spotify soon.
She's like, I want to be on TV. Will you say my name?
You're on TV, finally. Yeah. So do you have intentions to distribute your music digitally aside from the website, or are you going to keep it there exclusively for now?
Yeah, I do at some point.
Okay.
For sure. But like, I'm just using this time, dude, to learn and record and put it up on my website. And when I get to that bridge, I'll cross it, you know, but I'm not too worried about it. Like, I just want to keep recording, you know, it's been fun.
Well, keep having fun, dude. I'll always be a supporter of yours. Quick story of our background. Randy and I met with the first solo show that I ever played. And I was a nervous wreck, and I met Randy backstage, and he gave me some advice. And, it was advice that I still carry with me, and it's still a mentality that I've kind of applied. So, I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for you being an inspiration to me and coming on the show. And it's awesome that we've become friends through this whole thing, and we will tour once again, my friend. And when we do, it shall be epic.
Will do, brother, for sure.
All right, Randy, I will talk to you soon. I'll be in touch. I'll shoot you links when I have them ready, guys. If you tuned in live on Twitch, thank you so much. If you didn't get to catch all the episode or you want to check out any back episodes, I have everything up on Spotify and all the other podcast platforms. Other than that, that's about it. Episode 11 is in the books. Randall Conrad Olinger.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you for coming on. You're welcome back anytime to promote anything. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great evening. We will see you next time on DG and Friends. Have a good evening, everybody. All right, guys, that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the show on your podcast platform of choice to be notified of new episodes, and leave a positive review if you dig what you're hearing. Guys, I would love to hear from you on social media. Let's get connected at DustyGrant57 on all platforms. All right, y'all, that's it for now. See you next time on DG and Friends.
You could travel to your local market in search of zesty chives, or hike through fields and mountaintops to find succulent strawberries and bodacious blueberries. Or you could Hood. Hood cottage cheese is a delicious, better-for-you snacking option made with real fruit pieces or amazing herb flavors, perfectly blended with a creamy taste that can't be topped. Visit Hood.com to find a store near you. Only with Hood.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, with today's low rates, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. With a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you could consolidate and pay off high-interest debt, tackle home improvements that could add value to your home, or even set aside cash for your child's future education. We've already helped over 1 million clients just like you reach their home financing goals this year alone. So remember this. What can give you the technology to refinance easily and save money? Rocket can. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. That's 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on quick loans, internal data. Points and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS. Consumer access.org. Number 3030.